Hi everybody, Louise Plant here, spiritual educator, being inspired to start doing some videos again. I was doing them, I don't know, many years ago, and many things have happened, and big things are settling down, and life's getting to a calmer place where creation can start again, and this is part of my creation. So my video today is that we came here to create, and this is the belief I have. I believe we come in as unique spiritual beings and we have spiritual gifts that we have, and we aren't going through an education system, or systems aren't created for us to be in touch with that. So it wasn't until I was in my 50s that I realized what my gifts were, and looking around, finding your purpose and all that sort of stuff, which is great. Yeah. Purposes can change, but having the gifts and knowing what gifts we're born into. So one of my gifts is an evangelist. So this is the desire to speak and preach. So this is me on my pulpit, sharing my creative outlet by expressing my creativity right here, right now. Other my spiritual gifts I have is writing and knowledge and teaching. So I teach all herbal courses and soon to be other courses. And that really fulfills me and inspires me. I can be feeling crappy and then go teaching. And when I come out, I'm all excited because it's a gift that I have, and it's a natural gift that I have, and I'm really good at it. And I have ways of making things easy for people to understand. So that's my gift. So we've all got different gifts, whether it's music, or whether it's making things beautiful, whether it's helping people, whether it's healing, whether it's building things and creating. So I believe we all have gifts, and we all have um, gifts that are unique to us in their compilation of what these gifts can be. And we came here to create, and we forget that. We forget that. We're not encouraged to do that. We're not taught how to do that. We are encouraged to live normal lives, and fit into the boxes and the regimes of what normal life brings. The thing about living a normal life, I mean, I did live a normal life early on in my formative years, but it was like I got to like my 20s and it was like, now what? Like, now what now? Like, there's more. So good on me for wanting to look for more. So do we want to pretend that we're living this normal life where we're conforming to what the rules and the lines are, or do we want to change that? So do we want to be consumers, or do we want to be creators? Like, the choice is up to us. I believe, these are just my beliefs, take them or leave them, I don't care, I'm just preaching. I believe that we're put into schooling systems and education systems not to educate us, not to inspire us to find out more or to learn more, but to be almost, we learn more logical thinking stuff, more mathematical stuff, and his story, we're told these stories, and we're told that we are better people if we can, get the achievements or the ticks, even though the whole system's being a bit dumbed down now, but that's another topic for another time. Yeah, so we go through these systems where we're trained to become slaves to a system. So we are then in this system, we're making an income. So I believe when we're in this system of earning an income, we're always chasing the dollar, we're chasing the job, we're chasing the next bill to pay, we're chasing the next thing to consume, to buy, to have. And is there much room in that for us to express ourselves as our uniqueness and who we are? I believe we're so much more than what we are. And we forget that because we're taught to forget that. We're taught to disconnect from our physical bodies, and we're taught to disconnect from our spiritual selves. And now we're being taught to disconnect from our communities and to follow, follow along doing what we do. So we become these useless eaters that are serving a system. But to me, there is another way. There's another way where we create our own systems and our own community. So to me, the opposite side to, working for a system where we're earning an income, the opposite of that to me is creating a community where we share our outcomes. And I'm really blessed to be living a lifestyle like that, because I teach to my local community. I teach them about, herbs and healing and health and well-being, and I teach them about how to maintain their health and well-being, about lifestyle, and yeah, that's what I do, and it's a beautiful lifestyle. So, we have so much more energy than what we know, and more abilities and capabilities that we can learn to do that. If we were looking at, your quota for a day is $100, what are you spending that on, and who are you giving that money to? Is it a space where you're saying, well, what do I feel like doing now? What's going to serve me and stimulate me and make me feel fulfilled? So, are we serving? Are we creating? Which wolf are you feeding? You've got this wolf here and this wolf there. So what are you putting your energy into? And I get it. It's really hard for some people, because we get trained and almost brainwashed to a certain extent into a following that way of being, because that is the accepted way of being. And sometimes when you're going against that grain, it can be a bit of a lonely journey. Though the quality that comes from that can far outweigh the conformity and the fulfillment that you get from earning an income. So, video short and sweet. That's about all I've got to say for now. So yeah, we came here to create. What are you creating? I was asking some guys the other weekend, like, when you were kids, what did you love doing? I was wrapping up little animals in bandages and doing things like that. Now I live on my property with well over 100 animals, and I'm wrapping bandages on my community. So sometimes what we used to do as a child and what we love to do is an indicator of, because we're free then, we're liberated, we're pure essence that's just come onto the earth. So think about it. What did you love to do? And it's never too late. Like, I didn't realize what my purpose was or my gifts were that I wanted to share until I was, I'm heading very close to 60 now, but in my early 50s, that only sort of came to light. So it's never too late to find that, and it's never too late to create that. You just have to believe, which is probably another video for another day. So seeing you in love, light, health and happiness. I will catch you again around. See you later. Bye. And we